Hi, this is Pops Martin, and in this episode of the lesson videos, how to automate Photoshop, we want to actually use the batch processing, the automation that is available inside Photoshop. And in the last two episodes where I explained you the options for actions, we created a really simple action, and I explained you why it makes sense to use flatten image at the end of the action, so it reduces all the different adjustment layers or effects layers or whatever layers you create in the action to just a flat image like on the background layer, so it's easy to save it. Keep that in mind if you create your own action, that you create a flatten image at the end so you can actually batch process many pictures in one go. Alright, so let's actually use this exposure action, although it's not the nicest one, and apply it to many pictures. File menu, File menu, and we go to Automate, and there's the batch option. Now in this panel, or in this dialog, you can select the set of actions. We have different sets of actions in my Photoshop. I have my own set of actions here. And this one was basically the set where we created this exposure action. Anyway, it will always offer you the one that has been selected in the Actions panel before you started the batch. But you can change it, because if you forgot to select the right one, you can just change it here. And now we want to choose the folder where I have copied, very important, I have copied all my original images to a folder which I call batch folder. There's 50 pictures right now. I don't want to use the batch process on my original images because I don't want to risk to lose my original pictures. If something goes wrong, if I made a mistake in selecting the stuff here or in selecting the destination, it can easily happen that all your original pictures will be overwritten and then they are basically lost. So don't risk that. Make a copy, make your own custom folder where you put the pictures that you want to batch process, and then you just select save and close. That's the easiest way. Yeah. And we're ready to go. So let's hit OK and see in real time, without stopping the recording, how fast it goes for 50 pictures for this particular action. It can be slower sometimes if you make more complex stuff, but anyway, let's have a look how fast it actually goes. So I don't stop it. It's everything real time, and I don't know if you can actually see that in the video, how fast these images open and close until 50 pictures of them are done. Again, be a little bit patient. I will not stop it. I want to give you the right impression of how fast batch processing is. And imagine that you do this all manually, even with the exposure action setup. You don't want to imagine how long it takes if you don't have an action. Oh, wow, we're already done. I didn't even finish my talking. Crazy. 50 pictures we have changed in this short amount of time. If you do it all manually, all of these adjustments, one by one in every picture, it will take forever. Even if you create this action and you open all these 50 pictures and you use the F2 key to apply it and then save it and close it, it will also take really long time compared to this batch process. So I hope it was really a good lesson for you guys, how you can speed up the process of applying specific effects or adjustments to a bunch of pictures. I think I mentioned it before. You can use it on thousands of pictures if you need to. Let's say you want to resize pictures, many pictures, because you shot the pictures in high resolution and you need them for the net, for the internet, for your website, for whatever reason. You need these pictures in a specific size. Wow, this can save you lots of time. Talking about size, let's have a look into that, because that's really interesting and it's a common thing to do in Photoshop, and many people do it just plain wrong. Now, why do they do wrong, or why do they struggle to get it done properly? I will show you. Let me open one picture here as an example. And of course, you know that if you want to resize a picture, you go to Image, Image Size, and let me push this dialog over just so you can see it. And now let's say we want to have it maximum width 800. Okay, I hit this and I hit OK, and then it will be resized to 800 width. Now we have another picture, for example this one, and I want also to have it 800 pixel on the tallest side. For example, the height in this case, because it's portrait, not landscape. So we have to put 800 here. And the width, because the aspect ratio is locked, it will automatically resize properly so the image doesn't get distorted. Well, basically, that's nothing new for you, I suppose. But if you use this image size option in an action, it will not recognize if the picture is landscape or portrait. So it will use width and height that you set here and apply it to every single image, no matter if it's portrait or landscape. And this will distort maybe half of your pictures if you always change between landscape and portrait. You don't want that to happen. So what do we do? There's a really easy solution for that, and I will show you. Let me just go back and open another image. Let's say this one here, for example. In the File menu, there is, if I only find it, an option Fit Image. And Fit Image is the one thing you need to learn and use for resizing images in a batch process. This is the one that you want to use, because once you select it, it will open this small dialog, Constrain Width Within. And that's the important thing, because here you don't use this 800 by 518 or whatever it was before. No, you constrain the width within certain limits. For example, either make it 800 wide or make it 800 height. Yeah. It can, every picture can remain landscape or portrait within these limits. So both sides should be the same value. That's the important thing to understand. So, well, inside this set, I will create a new action. Sorry, I have to push this over all the time. I have two monitors here. So, resize 800, for example. I create this action. It's already automatically goes to recording, so it will record everything I do from now. So I go here, use Fit Image, and I just enter the values that I actually need for all my pictures. For example, 800 by 800. Okay. And I stop recording because it's already there. Yeah. Great. So that's our resize action. And now we can apply it basically to every single picture in our batch folder. No, this one I don't want to save. I have this resize 800 action selected. I go to File. I go to Automate Batch. Here's the resize 800. My batch folder is still selected. Otherwise, you just choose it here. And then save and close. And it will resize all pictures to the 800, either width or height, whatever is the maximum extension, or how do you say, maximum size of your picture. Okay, let's hit OK and see how fast that goes. Boom. Wow, you can't almost follow that because it's really fast. So it doesn't take long until 50 pictures are done. Maybe I should use a stopwatch to actually see how much time we waste on that, but it has been way less than a minute on 50 pictures. Already done. Great. So automating Photoshop using the batch process and using actions in the batch process is, wow, a big time saver. And of course, you can use it for more complex stuff than what we did in these lessons. Okay, thanks for watching. See ya. Bye.